Great. Welcome, everyone. Again, my name is Jessica, and I'm from Testimonial Tree. I'm going to be giving everyone a training on Testimonial Tree dashboard. Typically, I like to go through the account and then, open it up for questions at the end, if that's okay, unless you want to do, and feel free to maybe put questions in the chat too, and we can always go and revisit those at the end.
And just real quick, Jessica, guys, we have on BF Office an actual tile that links you to this account. It's called BF Review, and then it's, hyphens with testimonials, and it's on the first row of tiles, and the second to last. So that's the easiest way to get into the account for you guys. And then you've either created a password for yourself or ping me later, and I'll give you, the normal password is welcome. W is capital with the number 1 and then an exclamation point. But you guys can always ping me later if you need that again. Okay, thanks, Jessica.
No, thank you for adding that. And actually, I'll mention then too, if you come in and you choose to change that password, I'll show you where you can do that. So I am in Adrian's account today. I hope that's okay. I'm going to use you as my guinea pig. And when you first log in, you will see your name and your headshot in the upper right-hand corner. So let's say you did actually maybe want to update that password. When you click on your headshot, you'll see you have an account page. This is just going to have your basic profile information, your name, email, websites, and stuff like that. But you do have that button right here that says change password. So if at any point in time you did want to update your password, you can certainly do that right from here. And while I'm here, I'll quickly mention too, you have this account number here. It's called Connect Accounts. Testimonial Tree, just to give you a quick brief overview, right? We're here to help you collect testimonials from your clients. And once they're collected, we want to help share those out in as many places as possible. We want you to be able to take those great testimonials, use those to build your business, get referrals, and grow. One of the places where we can have your positive testimonials display automatically is actually through realtor.com. And so this ID number is actually key into connecting Testimonial Tree and realtor.com. You're going to want to actually copy this ID number, and then you're going to be able to log into your realtor.com account, and you'll be able to paste that ID number in and save. And that is what you need to do, again, to connect Testimonial Tree and a realtor.com profile if you have one. And that allows all of your 4- and 5-star reviews to automatically syndicate to that account. And now,
Jessica, I'm sorry to interrupt. This is Sherry Sprecher. I just kind of wanted to also piggyback what Lauren was saying. How this works is that once a deal is closed, once an agent has closed a deal, our friends, and forgive me if I'm jumping ahead here, but I thought the big picture would help clarify things. The back-end system of our back-end system talks to Testimonial, and on your behalf, unless you set your dashboard differently, we send out a customer survey to the client, right? And Testimonial Tree will ping them 3 times, and then, you can go in and ping them after that if you're so inclined to do that. But know that that automated system is already set up so that when you close a deal, Testimonial Tree gets triggered and has the survey, if you will, sent out. Once the survey is completed, it then goes into your dashboard. And what automatically happens, how Briggs Freeman has set it up, if you've gotten 4 or 5 stars, it automatically posts to your testimonial page inside briggsfreeman.com. So that's the big picture of how the back end works. And that then Jessica will then share with you, as she is, right, how you can maneuver your dashboard with some more details, like putting it on realtor.com. Sorry to interrupt, but I just thought that would be helpful from a big picture perspective.
Sure, no, not a problem. I was just going to point out that down here in our bottom left-hand corner, we have a little question mark. And when you click on this question mark, it gives you an option to search within our knowledge base. And so if you would like to connect testimonial tree with realtor.com so that these 4 and 5-star reviews will automatically syndicate over, display over, publish over, one of those, to your realtor.com account. You do have an article in here to type it correctly. There you go, realtor.com. You can click and see step by step how to connect testimonial tree with realtor.com. I kind of took you through those first few steps, and then we are going to give you a screenshot of where exactly you're connecting that ID number in Realtor, and there is a video. So whenever we can, we're going to make sure most of our help articles within here do have some form of a short video attached to the end as well. I think that most people like to see those, and they're short, they're not long, but just some quick videos on those steps. So, and I do appreciate you kind of jumping in that big picture, because I know that there probably will be some questions at the end about that connection. And so I think I will save maybe going into detail on how that works towards the end, but that again is the big picture, right? So we automatically receive information on your transactions that close. And when that occurs, we send out a survey request, and that survey request goes out to your client. Your client is always giving a star rating, because again, as I was mentioned, we take those 4 and 5-star and we help you publish those in places. Anytime a 1, a 2, or a 3-star is recorded from your client, we view that as internal feedback. So we're going to make sure that whatever your client then leaves in this feedback box stays in the dashboard. It's there for you to review. You can respond back to your client, reach back out to them if you'd like, but it's not going to be anywhere else. So you will see it in the dashboard, but you should not see it anywhere else. But again, these 4 and these 5 stars, these are the ones that we want to help you, get shared out in as many places as possible. When your client completes this survey, you should be getting a notification in your email saying that you have a newly completed survey. And when you're in the dashboard, again, you should see them here on your dashboard. So we have 2 sections. We have a survey and a testimonial section. We have these 2 different places, and I'll explain why in a second. But again, the automated piece, the ones that are automatically going out as those transactions close, those are your surveys. So you can see what surveys have gone out, who they were completed from, what that star rating was. You can click right from the dashboard and open up a completed survey and view it from here. And then here is what was actually left in that box. So again, these are all testimonials. If one was that 1, that 2, that 3-star, we would still also display it here for you to review. We still feel that you guys probably want to know, right? Maybe something didn't go as planned. Maybe you were actually surprised by it, but gives you an opportunity to reach back out to your client, let them know you heard them and they're listening. And I've certainly had situations where clients, my clients, so agents themselves, have taken an opportunity to reach back out to their clients. And after maybe resolving something that went wrong that they weren't aware of, they were then able to send out a manual testimonial collection and get a 5-star review from that client. And that kind of leads into why there's 2 sections. So we have that automated piece, but Testimonial Tree also gives you the ability to manually send out a testimonial request as well. So again, one reason why you might do this is if someone does come to you or leaves that survey with a not so great star rating, and you're able to reach back out and maybe correct something, you can follow up with another testimonial request and see if you can now get a 5-star review. You can also use this manual feature to reach out to maybe past clients. So if you haven't really been taking advantage of Testimonial Tree and you want to get into this, you could think about some clients that maybe you haven't reached out to, maybe even ones where there wasn't a closing. I'm sure there's been instances where you've worked with clients and they maybe just weren't able to find that dream home and they decided to maybe just take a break, put a pause on the search. But you've been working with that client and building this relationship. So take that opportunity to send out a testimonial request. You can send it either as an email or text message. You will know how to reach out to them best. So choose however you want to send this out. If we're sending out as an email, we just need to make sure that you're inputting their name and their email address. We'll give you a quick preview, right, of what's going out. And then you're just going to go ahead and send. Now, I get this question a lot, so let me explain what this suggested testimonial box is. You don't need to put anything there to send out the request, but we've had a couple of instances where clients have called agents and said, I saw the request come through. I'm just so busy. Can I just give it to you over the phone? So you could take a testimonial over the phone. We do want you, though, to still send it to the client. And then all the client will need to do once they receive this request is click submit. So they don't actually have to take the time to type it. That might not be a feature you use that often, but I just want to make sure I explain what this is. This is, again, only in an instance where maybe your client has called you and would like to leave it over the phone. We do still encourage that they click that submit button, though, when they get that request. But again, great way to reach out to past clients, people maybe without that closing. Maybe it's a situation too where there's been multiple parties within the transaction, and maybe we only had the email address for one of those party members, and you want to try sending out a request to someone else within that party for that transaction. Send them a testimonial request. Now, a testimonial request is similar to your survey, but it is a little bit more personalized. This will include a headshot. It's going to have your name. It provides the star rating again, and a testimonial box, and that's it. So your client or whomever you're sending this to would just need to fill in the star rating, the testimonial. We do ask they include their name, and then they'll click submit. Another neat feature that you can take advantage of if you're not right now is putting in a link to that collection page in your email signature. So I'm sure, email with many different people, your past clients, your current clients, your prospective clients. Maybe it's people you work closely with within title insurance, mortgage brokers, home inspectors, right? You are constantly probably in touch with so many different people, providing service, not just to your own client. Again, maybe it's someone you work closely with. You can always have an opportunity for someone to leave you a testimonial if you want to just copy this link and then go into your email and edit your email signature. And you can paste this link right into your email signature. We also have a link to what's called your directory page. So each agent has their own, really more like a microsite, I should say. So on this microsite, it's going to have your contact information and your testimonials. I'm kind of zoomed out on here for some reason. I don't know why. Oops, I went the wrong way. Trying to make that easier, not harder for you to see. So it's going to have your all of your 4 and 5 star reviews automatically published to this directory page. This definitely helps with your SEO. Again, it's there for you without having to do anything. But if you wanted to put a link to that page in your email signature, you can do that as well. And that's just sort of a humble brag on how amazing you are. So you can have that in your email signature if you would like. Now, the testimonials, again, are going to your website, as mentioned before, when they're 4 and 5 star reviews. If you wanted to either maybe take down a testimonial that ever gets automatically published there, because again, if it matches the criteria of a 4 or 5 star, they're going to automatically go there. We would want to visit our testimonials and our manage page. And there's actually a couple things that we can do from this page, but I'm going to start with this first option of, let's say a survey is collected, the client left a 5-star review, and in the testimonial, they said, working with Mary was amazing, but oh my goodness, that home inspector was horrible. And so maybe they then just go on to say something that really has nothing to do with you. And so maybe it's a testimonial you don't want on your website. That ever happens, on your managed testimonials page, you'll scroll down, look for the review that you maybe don't want to have published, and you're going to click on your actions. From your actions, you're going to click on marketing. Marketing is where you're going to see all of the places that it's checked off to display. So if we scroll down on the bottom right-hand side, we see marketing sites. Again, if it's a 4 or 5-star review, we have all of these selections already made for you. But if you would prefer to have it removed, you can just uncheck these and save, or publish, I should say. This does not delete a testimonial. It keeps it in your dashboard. It's just no longer visible now on that directory or that microsite. no longer available through Cloud CMA. If you have your realtor.com connection turned on, it would no longer be there. And then we have different widgets for within the website. So it would get removed from all of those locations, but again, it's still in testimonial tree. Now this marketing page gives you some other actions that you might want to take. Again, I mentioned you'll get that email notification, and that's kind of nice because that might prompt you to log in, go look to see, what did your client say? And if it's this amazing testimonial that you're really excited about, and it was a positive star rating, we know it's on your website. We know it's probably on realtor.com if you have that connection turned on. It's on your microsite. And so what else can we do with this? How else can we take this testimonial to help you? So one of the features that we have under actions on the right-hand side again is creating an image. Now we've had this initial create image button for some time, but recently we launched the beta version. So I'm going to actually open up this beta version for you. This beta version is provides more features, more templates, and it's, I think, a little bit better designed for sharing on social media. So what this does is it takes the testimonial and it creates an image. It pulls in your headshot. Of course, it takes that testimonial itself. It displays the star rating. And underneath section 2 here, under templates, you can see that there are several different templates that you can choose from. So if you wanted to try, I think it's the first 4 at the top, will always pull in your headshot. If at any point in time you wanted to use a template that doesn't use a headshot, then these 5 below just either have a stock photo or just a solid color background. You can come in and you can make adjustments. So if we wanted to change that star rating, we don't want it to be green, we want it to be blue, you can come in. I know that's probably not quite the right color for you guys. I think you're a little bit darker. We would go ahead and just click apply. You can make it yellow, doesn't necessarily need to be blue, but you can come in and make some adjustments. You could change the font color. You could actually even remove the stars if you didn't actually want to display the stars. So come in and just, kind of play around with the different settings that you have here. But once you have it set up in a way that you're really excited about, you're just going to click download image. And when I download this image, it is now saved to my device. It is a picture like any other picture that can get uploaded to any other social media site you would with any of your images. So, if you've got open houses coming up or recently sold flyers or images that you want to get out onto social media, same thing. This is a testimonial image now that you can share to Facebook, to LinkedIn, to Twitter, on Instagram, put it in your stories. You can use it for print marketing, anywhere where you guys want to just show off these great reviews. You can now do that from here. We have our legacy way of sharing too. I'm not sure how long some of you've been here, if you're all new, but you could also always just share the text, right? So what your clients actually wrote, the text of the testimonial, to one of those sites. So if we wanted to click on sharing to Facebook, it's going to take the text of the testimonial. It should have a link back to your website as well, and then you can post. Now you'll see here too that this is giving me an option to say something. And I would actually also recommend that you do this even when you're posting that image. So if we wanted to actually cancel, I want to leave. If we were taking that image and we were going to share this out onto a social media site, it's going to give you that same option to put a message, right? And I highly recommend tagging your clients, thanking them for that amazing testimonial, maybe congratulating them on that new home. But when you do that, you're engaging, right? So you're going to get your client to view it, to share, to like, and then their friends, so their circle of influence, are now all going to see this as well. So it's just great exposure for you as an agent. From here as well, there are some other actions that we have. We have a print down here, and just to let you know, that's really more so, I would say, it's like an internal print. So if you just needed a quick printout for some reason internally of a testimonial, you can use this print feature. Probably more likely you might be creating that image, downloading it, and then you can print out the image itself. But if you ever wanted to print out several testimonials, coming up to the top in the upper right-hand corner, we have print testimonials. This is going to open up a box that has all of your testimonials. And from here, you could say, I want to print out my latest 6 testimonials, let's say, and we're going to click print. Now you could choose to include this, the date that you received these or not, that's up to you. And you can also change the order that they're going to download. But what's going to happen is a PDF document is going to download that does have your headshot and your contact information, and then those testimonials that you wanted to have print out. So that might be something that maybe you want to include in a prospective client packet, some other form of marketing, or maybe it's just something you want internally. But if you wanted to print off several on one document along with your contact information, you again can do that on your Manage Testimonials page and the Print Testimonials feature up top. We do have some filters here as well. So if you're ever searching for something specific, you can always look by a date range or a star rating or search, or again, just come down below and take a look from here. And we do also have an Add Testimonial button that's accessible right here at the top or on the left-hand side right here. This is really just to be used, I would say, if a client does actually email you. So earlier, I mentioned how maybe someone calls you. There could be a case where maybe an agent goes out of their way, a client, and emails you even unprompted with maybe just a wonderful review. You know, you could reach out to them and say, oh, do you mind if I use this as a testimonial to display on my website? If they say, of course, you could come in and you could actually just, copy and paste that out of an email, put in your client's name, and then you can save. So that is something you can do as well. This is actually also helpful if you're an agent coming from maybe a different brokerage and you had collected some from there, or you have another site somewhere where you've been collecting some testimonials. You can copy and paste those in. If you are copying those in from a different site, just be wary if it's like an actual third-party site. We do usually recommend that you cite where it's coming from. Review generation. This is an action that's a part of the survey workflow. So we have a way in which anytime a client completes a survey and they've left that 4 or 5 star review, we can actually redirect that client onto the Google My Business for Briggs Freeman. And so we're helping to encourage, those clients to copy over their reviews and paste those onto Google as well. So that's great for you guys, the brokerage, for everyone, just a benefit for all to get these reviews out onto Google as well. Reporting, if you wanted to ever confirm a survey was sent. So again, this is set up to automatically send out surveys when a closing has occurred. So we receive a file on a daily basis of transactions that have recently closed. And from that file, we see just really the basic information we need, which is going to be your name, your email, your client's name, your client's email address. We're going to see whether they were on the buying or listing side. And I believe we also get the property address and maybe the transaction ID. And ensuring that the email address matches the email address that you have in Testimonial Tree, we send out that survey. And of course, ensuring we have your client's email, because that came up recently. We noticed that we did not have an email address for the client. But we should then see those here on this page. Now we may have to go back further. I'm not sure when the last survey was collected for Adrian. Let me go over to survey dashboard. But this page, let me go back. That was under reports and survey requests sent. It's just a running log of all the surveys that you have had sent out on your behalf. So again, just a good page to go if you know you have a closing coming up and you want to confirm the survey was sent. Click on reports, survey request sent, and you should see it there on that page. You can also come to survey dashboard. So maybe we'll look at last year. I'll use a different date filter up here. You can always select your own specific date range and then apply your filter. And we should see the surveys having gone out. And here we go. Now I see some. So maybe some of her closings were from previous year. This gives you, though, data. So if you like to see numbers, you want to see how many surveys were sent, how many were completed, what your completion rate is. We are collecting a score. It's called a Net Promoter Score, along with your star rating. So this survey dashboard page, again, just by inputting a specific date range up top and applying your filter, we're going to give you back some data. If we go over to the responses page, these are the completed surveys. So all of her requests were also completed. But this again, too, just shows when it was sent out. The status, this is sometimes helpful in case there's ever just entry error. If maybe there was an email address that was entered incorrectly on the accounting side, when it gets sent to Testimonial Tree, if we tried to send out a request to your client, it might say failed. And that would be, again, a good time to just take a look and see what was the client email address. I actually gave a training recently and we noticed they forgot the M in .com. So that one had a fail status and that was why. So you come here and you're looking at that status. Most of these should all be sent. If for any reason it's a fail, we can always go here and look and see why that is. If any of these had been not completed, of these two, let's say, you would have an opportunity to also resend one of these. And that was mentioned earlier too. So we always send out 3 requests to the client. We do that spaced out over 5 days between each request. So let's say at the end of the 15 days, that client would have gotten 3 requests to complete the survey. But perhaps you still feel like your client needs to get one more reminder. Maybe you wait a month and you haven't seen them complete it and you want to try just another gentle reminder. You will have an opportunity to resend from your reports survey dashboard page and also from that survey request sent page. So I'm going to see if I go back maybe a little bit further here. If we can pull up some of her requests, here we go. You also have a resend option right from here. So that is something you can use. I, again, just would always suggest waiting after those 15 days from when that survey was originally sent. And that date is right here. So you'll always know when that first request went out. And then just going back down to the help center, to that question mark. Again, this is a great place to come to. I mentioned, of course, the realtor.com article. If you wanted to take a look again about how to add that link into your email signature, we've got one here for Gmail and for Outlook. So we'll show you how to add those. How to collect a testimonial via email. That was something we went over. There's one here for the text messaging as well. The social media, I think, is it image? I'm trying to remember what the name of our article is. How to generate an image of your testimonial. And here's one specific to the beta as well. So again, there's great articles. Come here if you do have any initial questions and look at those help articles. If you ever have a question though that you can't find an answer for, you can submit a support ticket right from the dashboard. So if you click on tickets, we ask that you input your email address, a subject, and then of course a description of however it is that we can help you, and then submit, and someone from our support team will get back to you. And now we can open it up for questions. So let me open up the chat and scroll up to the top.
Emily, go ahead and just state your question. Free forum, guys. Y'all can just ask away.
Okay, thanks. So I saw that you can share it with Google for the Briggs site, but if you have your own Google business page, is there a way to link that to your own business page?
You can actually add, if you have your own, like an agent, right? Google business page.
Yes.
I'll go back over to review generation and manage. And from here, there's a couple of things. You may notice this URL here. It is it starts off with a specific type of a URL, I should say. So if you know what your business, your Google business ID is, you could just actually copy the first half of this URL, and then you're going to click add site and then put in your ID. I have found most agents, users, companies, businesses, everyone. No one usually knows what that ID is, by the way. Some people do. I shouldn't say that. Some people do. So if you don't know it, you might want to use this configure third-party sites button, actually. This configure third-party sites button is kind of like a wizard that would take you through how to link up some sites. So if you wanted to maybe even include like a Zillow site, you could do that. It is based off of your email address. So it would be dependent on whether or not your email address that we have in Testimonial Tree is also what you're using in Zillow. So it looks like nothing was discovered here. So, she may have a different email address. You could click in the Zillow field and we'll give you an opportunity to maybe put in a personal email address here and look it up that way, or a different email. But if you also just wanted to skip this, you don't even want to connect Zillow, we will have a Google login here. So you can authenticate your Google business account right here. We'll find that very specific URL for you and your ID, so you don't need to, and then you'll click submit. So this is a good page, I think, to go to if you did want to add your own. Again, that's going to be review generation and manage. If you happen to know that URL and that ID number, just click add site. If you're not sure, use that configure third-party sites wizard and we'll help you link that way. And I'll mention this too, once you do that, if you add your own site, it's going to then start a round robin feature. So what'll then happen is one of your surveys, when it gets completed, might get routed to maybe the Briggs Freeman office, and then the next one would get routed to your office. So that's what will happen anytime you have more than one site listed here, because even let's say if you did choose to add a Zillow, it would then round robin between maybe those 3 sites. Always good to think about, I guess, what is your goal? What's more important to you? Where do you want to kind of drive traffic? For some agents, they just say, let's just send everyone to Google for the next 3 months. And then maybe after that, I'll come in and maybe I'll toggle off Google. Sorry, my dog is barking at the door. I hope you don't hear that too badly. And then you maybe want to add in Zillow, and then you could toggle on your Zillow. So you do have some control in terms of where clients are being redirected with this toggle feature. But again, just wanted to make sure it's clear that if you have more than one site connected, we're only going to redirect a client to one of those per survey.
So when they get the original survey and they fill it out, do they have to click on another link and copy and paste that review to these sites?
They do have to click copy, but we actually drop them in. So what we do is, let me see if I can copy this. Actually, I think I have it open right here. But it would look like, where's the write a review button? Here it is. It's actually this page. So it's going to go from survey. They give the star rating, an NPS, a testimonial. They click submit. This page reloads with a thank you. You are now being redirected to Google. Please click copy, and they can click copy. And then this page opens up after like a 6-second countdown, I believe, 7 seconds. I have to go back and look. So there is a count. They'll see the countdown as well. And then they come here and they're able to provide a star rating and they will paste. Google does not allow anyone to post a testimonial on behalf of someone else. As you can see while I'm here, I'm logged into a Google Chrome website. I'm a Google user. It actually has me authenticated already because again, I'm actually just logged into Google Chrome here. For your clients, if they're on their own devices at home and they're also in a Google Chrome, website or browser, they will also be authentically logged in. If they have a Gmail email address, when they come here, it should automatically have them logged in. But anyone who does not have a Gmail account would be, they would get prompted at this point actually to create an account before they're able to post. So I think like many other sites out there, right, we're trying to make this a seamless workflow, bringing them here, getting them to where they need to be with as little clicks as humanly possible, but it is still dependent on your client to post or paste and then post.
Thank you.
Yep.
And Can I ask, when did these emails start going to our clients? After what close date? Has it started yet?
Yes, so this has been turned on for some time, the automatic survey requests. What
Okay.
date exactly? I'm not positive. I'd have to go back and look if that's okay.
Okay, and then will we get CC'd when that request goes out, just so that we know to follow up and say, hey, you probably received a email from Testimonial Tree on this specific date, so they can then search for it if they, just kind of want to trash?
We don't have a CC that goes out with the initial request. Again, that's what I was saying. I think a good thing to do is kind of go to your reports and your survey request sent page, because then you'll see. So if you have a closing coming up and you want to make sure that that request went out, we'll keep a tally of all of your requests on that page. We also have, and I don't know if it's something that was shared with the managers and the admin team, but we do have a closing document, just a little marketing piece from Testimonial Tree that you could also consider including with your closing documents if you wanted to. And it's just kind of exactly what you said, right? It just kind of prompts your client to let them know once it comes to closing that they should be getting that email. And just by putting the thought in their mind, they're more apt to be looking for it, and you'll see a higher completion rate. So I can make sure that you guys do have access to that if that's something you wanted to include with your closing
Okay.
docs.
I had a closing on May 15th and nothing was sent, so I'm assuming the switch was turned on after May 15th.
When did you receive the welcome email? Was it recent?
Yes.
Okay, so no, it wasn't. So what I would do is go back in and send it to them, because as soon as you logged in and created your password, that's when anything will start activating. So I would go into and can you show how to do that one more time, Jessica?
I've used review software before. So
Okay,
this
so you-
dashboard, that's easy. Yeah. I
So
can
would go back.
make my way. Okay, awesome.
And remember, guys, you can do this for your past clients too. If you haven't gotten a review from them before, you can send them to them. You can send them out to your past clients as well. And there was the question in the chat that Sherry answered, but our IT handles our signature. So if you want the testimonial survey to go in your signature box, just reach out to support, make sure you have the URL link so they can copy and paste it to the email to get it into there.
Kind of a similar question that's already been asked, but slightly different. Do we get a notification or email once a testimonial has been posted to the website?
You should get one as soon as your clients complete the survey. Yes. So as soon as they actually click submit, you should be getting a notification in your inbox saying something along the lines of, congratulations, you had a new survey.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like I got my welcome email back in December, but still haven't seen anything come or go from that.
Have you checked your spam?
I'm saying that it looks like there's not been any testimonial, anything's been sent out from my account.
Okay, let's see. You're part of a team, aren't you, Megan?
I am, yes.
Okay, so it might be under the main. This is a good question. What
It's
happened?
not under Raleigh's either. I just checked.
Okay, for both of y'all haven't gotten any surveys sent out?
No.
Interesting. Okay. I'll look into that for you.
Okay.
See what's going on with that.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Could you look at mine too on that while you're checking?
Yes, can I, who's talking? Sorry.
Larry,
Yes.
Larry Allen. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No worries.
I thought my beautiful picture was on there.
Yeah, and I don't see it because we have the
Okay.
screen, so I have to like toggle up. And Larry, how long have you been using or been registered with Testimonial Tree?
I think it was in February.
February, okay.
Yeah, and the deals since, I mean, I wasn't aware that this was going to be automatic.
Yes, so it's a
Sorry.
new thing. So you were added though. You got the welcome email in February.
Yeah, back. Mhm.
Okay. I'll find out what's going on that end of
All
it.
right.
You guys.
Okay. And I just had 2 deals and I know they didn't receive a survey.
Okay. So there might be something internally that might.
Yeah, okay. If I need to correct something, I'll be glad to. If you just, let me know.
I'll find out and then I'll reach
Okay.
out.
Thank you.
Anybody else having this problem?
Same for Brett Singleton.
Brett, and how long have you been on?
It's been a couple months.
Okay. Jessica, can you show them how they can edit their information on their side of it too, to make sure that they can look and see, make sure everything is right on it? I've been going in and cleaning stuff up in Testimonial Tree on our side of it. And there was a lot of stuff that I would notice was incorrect. So here is, how did you do that again? You went up onto the profile page, right? So you guys go to your profile page, go to accounts, and then you can come in here and see. We're going to have to make sure that, I noticed when I was going in to clean up, a lot of the website URLs were not filled out there. And I've been uploading pictures as well, because some of the pictures hadn't been uploaded, and that's an internal thing. So that could be why you're not getting those. So I'll look into it first to see why. I mean, if maybe that's the issue. Do you think of it? Can you think of anything else that might be causing that, Jessica?
One thing that we do always want to make sure is the email address that is being provided through brokerage engine, right? Is that who you guys are using for the okay?
Yep.
That would need to be the exact same email address that we have in Testimonial Tree. We do use that as a unique identifier.
Yep.
So that when we get the file, right, we see your email and we match it to your account in Testimonial Tree, and that's how we ensure the survey goes out on your behalf. That's
guys,
one.
that would be your Briggs Freeman email, would be have to be the Briggs Freeman. So if you're using a personal one, it will not log together. So it has to be the Briggs Freeman email, which should internally just have done it. So unless you've gone in and changed it.
Okay.
When I just went in to turn this on, my Gmail popped up, so I did have to change it to my Briggs email.
I think, excuse me, I think I have the same issue. I think it went to perhaps my Gmail rather than my Briggs Freeman.
That's very interesting.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be auditing. I'm going to keep auditing. So just bear with me as I do that. But that's probably what the issue is, Larry, with you.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. So.
Okay.
These are great questions. You have anything? You guys have anything else? Awesome.
Well, I've done a lot with
All right. Well, thank you all for joining. If you have any one-off questions, you guys can ping me. I'm the admin person for this, manager on this account. If you're seeing something that's reoccurring and it's not working the way it's supposed to, reach out to me and we can figure out what's going on.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Well,
Thank you guys. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thanks. Thank you, Jessica.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.